The tech community came together to show support for people around the world. Coming up, find out more about the unique event.
It's Thanksgiving week and many students are looking for ways to give back. We'll tell you about a few ways you can help next.
And the tech soccer team continued their run in the NCAA tournament. But are they headed for the next round? We'll have all the scores and highlights from the weekend.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Monday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Karla Rodriguez.
And I'm Alexandra DeLeon. Over the last few weeks, terrorist attacks around the world have left many people in mourning, shock and fear from the France to Beirut and beyond. There are a few places that have not been seen affected on some level by the violence.
Although we haven't seen any terrorist attacks in Lubbock, the happenings around the globe still hit close to home. Members of the tech community came together last week to show support and solidarity to all of those affected from the recent attacks. Reporter Laura Duclos has more on this special event.
The tattered flags waving quietly through the wind at Texas Tech reflected only part of what people were feeling as they gathered for a candlelight vigil on Wednesday night. The vigil was held at Memorial Circle to pay tribute to the recent tragedies from around the world, including Paris, Baghdad, Beirut, Gaza, Mexico, Japan, and other countries that have recently experienced turmoil.
A lot of tragedies that occurred all at once, and we felt that as a diversity committee it was our responsibility to give our students the opportunity to maybe come together to commemorate and to pay tribute to the lives that were lost. So that was the main purpose of this vigil, is to enforce peace, tolerance, and unity.
The vigil was arranged within 2 days by various groups on campus, such as the Student Government Association and the French Club, with a surprising turnout from the Lubbock community.
I hope that everybody who has come to this vigil leaves with a sense of peace and calm and understanding and community, and it helps them along in their grieving process.
Although there have not been any major terrorist attacks in places like West Texas, the emotions and sympathies for nations around the globe run much deeper than our own country's borders.
It's just that whenever something like this happens, it doesn't really matter what country it is, what culture, what religion. It's really just humans trying to sympathize with humans.
For MCTV, I'm Laura Duclos.
This week marks Thanksgiving week and many students are getting ready to pack their bags and head home. But before you head out, you still have a chance to make this holiday season a little bit brighter for those less fortunate. Continuing today, the Tech Activities Board is collecting non-perishable food items for the Tech Can Share Food Drive. The second to the last weigh-in took place today in the SEP, but you still have time to gather your donations and drop them off. Since school is out this Friday, the final weigh-in will take place next Monday, November 30th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. That weigh-in will also mark the final day of the drive. After the final collection, the winning organization who donated the most food will be announced. For more information, visit tab.ttu.edu.
The College of Agriculture is also giving students a chance to give, and this time you can play Santa for a deserving child. The Ag Education and Communications Department is currently collecting new unwrapped toys as a part of this year's Toys for Tots campaign. Toys for Tots is an annual toy drive coordinated by the U.S. Marine Corps Reserves. You can stop by the Ag Education and Communications building anytime between now and Wednesday, December 9th, and drop off a toy in one of the bins. The Ag Education and Communications building is located just west of the Ag Science building, across the street from the Library Southwest collection.
Another well-known charity is also taking advantage of the giving spirit to encourage students to take part in a big event next semester.
Reporter Kelsey Pittman has a look at how the Tech chapter of the American Cancer Society is recruiting students to help save lives.
Relay for Life is a worldwide organization that is affiliated with American Cancer Society that raises money for cancer research. Texas Tech is hosting this fundraiser on April 2nd at the rec fields. Lauren Moon, a senior at Texas Tech, shares their plans and goals for this event.
You know, we've had a big Greek involvement in the past, and last year that was kind of lacking, so we've been really trying to focus on making sure we get the word out on Relay so that everyone can start creating teams.
You just leave, go like down a mountain.
Yeah. Pi Kappa Alpha is partnered with Relay for Life to help support this event. Here is Adeed Levinson, Pike representative, to tell us why.
This year, actually, one of our former brothers passed away from cancer, so we really wanted to get involved in it, and then I just took it upon myself to kind of get the ball started and talk to the sororities and other fraternities about joining on and making teams.
RelayForLife.org says during a relay event, participants and survivors celebrate what they've overcome. Here's Moon to explain more.
Have it like show that everybody is affected by cancer in some way, and so we'll have ceremonies like showing that, you know, and like why we do this.
I'm looking forward to meeting the survivors and just hearing their stories and kind of seeing the families and knowing that what we're doing has a difference and how it makes someone's life better.
This is Kelsey Pittman reporting from Texas Tech University.
If you missed the kickoff, you still have plenty of time to get involved. For more information, visit the Relay for Life website at relayforlife.org. Over the weekend, the Lubbock area saw some very cold temperatures. Saturday marked the coldest day of the year so far with a high of 46 and a low of 23. And this morning, we saw another low in the 20s, making for a very cold commute to class.
Luckily, those freezing morning temperatures didn't stick around too long. We've already seen a high in the 60s today. Those warm temperatures should stick around a few days. But it looks like Black Friday could include some black ice. Let's take a look at MCTV forecast. The last day of classes before Thanksgiving break should be pretty nice, with highs in the 70s and overnight lows dropping into the low 40s. Wednesday will be even warmer with a high of 73 and a low of 55, but starting Wednesday night, some moisture will be heading to the area that should make for an interesting end of the week. Thursday should be a wet one with a 50% chance of showers throughout the day. Highs on Thursday will still come around 70, but overnight lows will dip near freezing. Friday will see a continuation of the clouds and rain. Temperatures will stay in the 30s most of the day. Friday night, lows will drop back into the 20s that could lead to freezing rain and a chance of snow. Roads could become icy after sunset, and black ice is a strong possibility Friday night and Saturday morning. Saturday will be more of the same throughout the day with cold temperatures and more moisture. The rain should finally drop off Saturday evening, but travel could still be tricky with wet roads and freezing temperatures returning overnight. Sunday will finally offer a little relief from the wintry conditions with high climbing into the lower 50s. Students traveling back Sunday afternoon and evening should have decent roads, but icy spots could reappear after dark when lows fall back into the upper 20s and lower 30s. Looking ahead, cooler daytime temperatures will continue when classes resume, but we should be done with the wet conditions for a while.
A big change will soon be coming to the campus landscape, and it promises to bring new opportunities to the athletic community.
Tech's well-known bubble located behind Jones AT&T Stadium will be coming down, and in its place will be a new state-of-the-art facility. University officials recently released concept plans for the future Sports Performance Center. The SPC will include a 200-meter indoor track with seating for more than 2,000 spectators and an indoor football practice field. A removable door will be installed separating the football and track areas, allowing for multiple events to take place in the same time in the facility. Although Tech's bubble currently features an indoor track and field area, the addition of an indoor football practice field would be a huge improvement to the current complex, which is occasionally unusual due to bad weather. The estimated price tag of the SPC is $160 million. As of right now, $98 million of that cost has already been raised, and the athletic department is only $4 million short of its fundraising goal for the project. If the final $4 million can be raised by March 1st, 2016, construction will begin next spring.
Although the construction of the Sports Performance Center is still months away, the wrap-up of the fall 2015 sports schedule is in full swing.
Tech Athletics had another busy weekend with some ups and downs. MCTV Sports' Kyle Stafford is in with the studio and a look at all the scores and highlights. Kyle?
Thanks, Karla and Alexandra. This past weekend, the Red Raider basketball team finished their trip to Puerto Rico with a 2-1 record and a 5th-place finish in the Puerto Rico tip-off tournament. Tech lost a tough one to, at the time, number 16 Utah, 73-63 in the opener. But Tech bounced back by knocking off Mississippi State 74-72, and then Tubby Smith's former team, Minnesota, 81-68. The team will be back in action on Saturday at the United Supermarkets Arena against the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. Tip-off is set for 3 p.m. On Friday, the Lady Raiders soccer season came to an end as the Auburn Tigers sealed a 3-2 victory with the game-winning goal coming in the 100th minute. It was a fantastic season for the Lady Raiders as they finished 14-4-5 on the season, including the program's first Big 12 championship. In college football action, it was a wild Saturday, starting with the nation's longest winning streak of 23 straight games coming to an end as the number 9 Michigan State Spartans traveled to Columbus and knocked off the number 3 Ohio State Buckeyes 17-14. Then later that night in Stillwater, number 10 Baylor dominated previous unbeaten and number 6 Oklahoma State 45-35. That was the first time the Bears have won in Stillwater since 1939, keeping the Big 12 championship and playoff hopes alive. A few hours down the road in Norman, the 7th-ranked Sooners held off the battered and boycottless 18th-ranked Horned Frogs 30-29. TCU scored with under a minute left in the game and went for the win, but their pass was knocked down by Stephen Parker of Oklahoma to seal the win for the Sooners. Oklahoma now controls their own destiny as a win in Stillwater Saturday will clinch the Big 12 championship. The Red Raiders were off this week, but will be back in action for the regular season finale at Texas on Thanksgiving Day. Tech will be looking for their first win over the Longhorns since Michael Crabtree and Graham Harrell connected on one of the best plays in Tech history in 2008. The Raiders haven't won in Austin since 1997. Kickoff is set for 6 p.m., and you can catch the game on Fox Sports 1. That's all for sports. I'm Kyle Stafford. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Kyle. With it being Thanksgiving week, there's not a lot going around campus, but one of the biggest events of the year takes place right after students return. Let's take a look at the MCTV events calendar. Next Tuesday, the campus will be hosting the 57th Annual Carol of the Lights. The yearly tradition features the instantaneous lighting of more than 25,000 colored bulbs on the buildings surrounding the main entrance to the campus. The event also features special performances from Tech's combined choirs and the trombone choir leading attendees and the holiday favorites. The ceremony begins at 6:30 p.m. with a carillon concert, and the masked rider and saddle tramps will start the torchlight procession at 7 p.m. And even if you can't make it to the festivities, the holiday light display will stay lit until New Year's Day.
The Tech Activities Board is also getting in on the fun with a couple events to stir up some holiday spirit. On Monday at 7 p.m., head out to the Sub Barns in Noble and enjoy holiday karaoke. Take the stage and lead your fellow students in your favorite carol or holiday song. And if putting on a performance isn't up your alley, you can grab some hot chocolate and enjoy the entertainment either way. It's all free with a TTU ID.
TAP continues with their Christmas theme activities with the Make of Your Own Gingerbread Person event on Tuesday. Come get crafty by personalizing your own gingerbread creation in the Subwest basement from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. TAP will supply all the necessities, and they'll even have some hot cocoa to keep you warm. As always, it's free with a student TTU ID. Creative goodies aren't the only art form on the Tech campus. In fact, the art department here at Tech produces all sorts of amazing creations all the time.
And one group of students is taking their skilled labor from the workshop to you. Reporter Blaine Hill has more.
So this is a sale with the Texas Tech Clay Club, and what we're doing is selling work to raise funds to go to an international ceramics conference. So what we do is we put our work out here, and everybody takes shifts, and everybody works to make this happen, and 60% goes directly to the artists. And all of the artists are Texas Tech affiliated, either students or faculty and staff, and then the other 40% goes to the Texas Tech Clay Club. And that goes out towards bringing in visiting artists and having those kinds of things happen. We're having events involving clay on campus or sending people to this conference.
And we are an organization that is an outlet for student artists to do a sale like what we're at today, where we can sell some of our wares, but we also do some for some activities for non-art people where you can come in as a club member and, you know, make some pieces, try your hand at it, maybe even sign up for a class in the future.
We sit at the pottery wheel and we just throw pots. We bring food and turn on music, and it's just a gathering of people with a love for pottery.
I'm fairly diverse in my work, in my body of work. I do ceramic drums, where they're stretched with a natural goat skin head, and they're hollowed through and they're fully functioning. But I do those, and then I also do, for my other body of work is doing a lot with graphics, in carving and stuff. So I do stuff where I can take, you know, just about any image and paint it on, or doing stencils and stuff like that.
So basically, Clay Club is about building a community in clay. So people come out and get interested in what's happening, all kinds of fun things. But we generally share our passion for clay with the community and with Texas Tech.
So Karla, do you have any big plans for Thanksgiving holiday?
Well, I'm just planning on driving home to Houston tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes, and I'm excited to see my family.
Oh, I bet. That
Do you
sounds
have
like a
any
lot of
plans?
fun. Just eat turkey and get fat.
Well, that's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net for every day for more news. Enjoy your holiday, and we'll see you next week.